Don't give a fuck about your past, about your past, bro. You still get killed. Doing shows, but I'm still selling balls, cause I'm still in the field. It's such, nigga. Yeah. Movie time, nigga. Look, these diamonds on me. Plans. Hey, top of the morning, Tanya. Top of the morning. I think I forgot to get a blunt, bro. I did. Oh, you know, not. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. They came and somebody started some type of fucking fire. You know, let me show you. Somebody started fire on that side back there some more, and I caught on to what they were doing. Um, they started the fire. They thought I was asleep, or well, I was asleep until I heard the fucking weeds and shit popping from the fire, and then you know, they thought I was gonna be sleeping. They were gonna surprise me with the fire department and shit. But I took off. I came down here. Lo and behold, less than 5 minutes later, we have the fucking fire department, like 5 trucks over there and shit. I know they were, I know they were pretty upset. They're like, we started that fire for nothing. Yeah, you started it for nothing, buddy. You started it for nothing. You got a little bit of training in, I guess, though. Look at the bright side of things. Hey, top of the morning, mischievous. They've been doing that out the back of my house there, so, you know. Yeah, the fire department, definitely. Definitely. They're the biggest fucking kids in this program is the police and the fire department. I never would have thought. Well, the police, yeah, but the fire department and ambulances and shit, I would have never thought they were so fucking childish. You got lives, your fucking people's lives in your hands and shit. Like, you would think, like, those are the people that seen the most death and the most fucking, like, the most hideous fucking injuries and shit. You would think that would humble somebody, you know. But these people don't respect death, so they don't, damn sure don't respect life. Hey, what's going on, Christian? Trippy, Nappy, man, do you keep in touch with boys from back home? Nah, I don't fuck around no more. Anything in my past life, I don't fuck around with. This targeting as well, it's kept me away from people, but You know, if I wasn't targeted, I wouldn't. I probably would come back and see like a couple people, like, but other than that, I wouldn't involve myself because I know where it gets me. And then on top of that, you know, when you change your life, it's always gonna be crabs in the bucket. It's always gonna be somebody that wants you to fucking stay in the same lifestyle. You know, they motherfuckers hate to see you better yourself. Or at least that's the way it is out, you know, on the side of the field. People hate to see you better yourself. They'll go out their way to make sure that you don't. Always try to pull you down. It is sometimes it's not even because they're trying to, you know, sometimes they see themselves as trying to help you. But, you know, most people most people they'll be like, "Oh, you're crazy, man. What's going on? You're changing your life. What? Oh, you done squared up." That type of weird shit. Hey, get it. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing, man. I don't know nothing. Alright, chill. Fucking goofball. Nappy, did you see the documentary I posted yesterday? It turns out school and colleges, universities weren't for education, but for conditioning and brainwashing. Oh yeah, we definitely knew that, bro. I didn't see it though. I didn't see it, but yeah, man, definitely. And that's what they're trying to do to our kids today, bro. Re-education camps and shit. Re-brainwashing. That's all it is. Re-brainwashing. You know. Who knows what's gonna take place in history? Who knows what they're gonna put in the history books now? Just know it's gonna be a bunch of bullshit, but what will their minds come up with next? Yeah, they've been fucking banning me for some reason from a lot of people's channels and shit. And I know it's to make me think like I've been blocked and shit. Like they try and make me think like the person blocked me because they've done it to people that are subscribed to my channel, and you know people have been like, you know, why'd you block me? Why what did I do to be blocked? And like I didn't block you. Some people believe me. Some people don't. But I don't block. I don't really block anybody. Like even perps, you know, like even when perps get in here and talk their shit or whatever, I just let them do what the fuck they do because they're not gonna fucking go away. So you block them, they'll be right back under a different name. And then plus you know, it builds you too. You learn, you get a idea how goofy they are. You learn how to block their tactics and shit. Nappy, they keep lighting fires next door over the back where I live all the time, all day today. Yeah, I guess that's they look at the bend over. That motherfucker stopped just right there to do a quick bend over. Booty bandit. Booty bandit! Booty bandit, gone in the dark. That motherfucker just blended in right now. You can't even see that motherfucker through the fog. Nasty bastard. Fucking booty bandits, man. Mating season. Everybody grab your fucking rifles and shotguns. It's mating season. We gotta stop these fucking critters from mating and shit. Fucking gonna take over the damn planet. Yeah, they keep lighting fires like a motherfucker. I don't know if that's their thing now or what. They did it twice to me. They did it once yesterday, and then they did it once in the daytime. Like the daytime, I had just came out here and parked and shit, and they did it. Yeah, they're funny creatures, man. These people, they'll fuck up the planet just to get to you. I'm not saying like that, was a real major, damage to the planet or what have you, but that's what I mean. Like they start fires and shit. Who the fuck starts fires, man? Who does that shit? I mean, what fucking mentally stable adult goes around starting fires and shit just to fuck with somebody else? Not too stable upstairs. And those are the people appointed to save and protect us. Those are the fucking people. Those are the fucking people. I hate to see if they don't get something that they want, like their fucking temper tantrums and shit. Hate to see something don't go their way. Yeah, I would hate to see that. I began getting hit hard with directed energy weapon. Yeah, I'm definitely sorry to hear about that, man. Like I get the energy weapons, never to a point to where it hurts me or anything. It just fucking, like, I can feel the after effects from them. Like my face would be dry, and then like I look. I know y'all gonna say I'm tripping, but like some of the hairs and shit on my face would be gray and shit, and I'll be like, hell no, I don't got no fucking gray hair like this. Just out of nowhere, I have fucking like 5 or 6 fucking gray hairs coming all out my fucking face. And I don't fucking have gray hair like that. I don't have gray. I didn't start having fucking, gray hair until that shit. And mainly, I would have that shit coming out like my nose. I would have to have, like, I would fucking, the most I fucking have like a gray strand coming out my nose. But, and I pluck that shit or pull it, whatever you call it. But, recently, and it only happened after these effects that I be feeling from whatever they're shooting at me and shit. Um, I've been having like gray hairs popping out and shit. And then it's like I wash my face. I know it's probably even the chemtrail or the fucking nanotech or the Morgellons or whatever. But, yeah, man, like I wash my fucking face and that shit just fucking disappears and shit. I'll be like, man, what the fuck, man? This shit is crazy, man. This shit is fucking crazy, man. At the top of the morning, Target. This whole week, they've been hitting the whole spectrum. Yeah, I think I can feel it like when they're letting up on that 5G and shit, because I get somewhat of a migraine. Not a migraine, so to speak, but uh, I don't know, like if anybody's ever been punched in the jaw, like the middle of your head, it's like a pressure point. Like when you open your mouth or you chew and shit, like it hurts right there in that place, that little. It's almost like where your temple is, but it's up a little bit where your fucking up to probably where your hairline starts. Or that's probably your temple, actually. But yeah, right there. Like I feel that shit right there. Let's They definitely want us to be like them. It's like the movies, it's like the movies where fucking there's somebody and they fucking, or there's like some type of spirit, or there's like the Bird Box. Was that the name of that movie? I think Julia Roberts, Bird Box, where everybody closed their eyes because if you opened your eyes and looked in somebody's eyes, you would become one of them and shit. Like that. It's just fucking like that. They want us to become them. That's the whole fucking town. You know. Hey, if this was a movie, this would be a fucking box office hit right here. I don't care. It could be a fucking series. This would be a fuck. If you took every targeted individual and fucking put their life fucking on this fucking shit on TV on the network, like you would never run out of episodes. There would be no such thing as a rerun for that program. Like you just never run out of episodes. Oh man, this is ridiculous. At the top of the morning, Mojo. If you can stand the taste, consumption of ginger helps a lot too. Yeah. As far as with the things, what should RTT New York um put me up on like different berries and shit. He said like blackberries, blueberries, anything berry. It helps with the radiation. It ejects the radiation out of you. Or it helps. It helps. Good to hear you do it good, Rose. I actually have ginger candy. That sounds good. I just don't do really well with ginger. Yeah, it's in candy form. It's pretty good. I know they sell ginger at the Mexican store. They sell ginger suckers and shit. Well, they sell all kinds of suckers with different seasonings and shit on them. They got ginger. They got some hot shit. They got all types of shit. Pretty good though. Very pricey. Hey, what's going on, Turtle? I only entomology because I'm the only one out of the girls who will follow you, who who still follows you. I don't know, but let me see. I only entomology. I'm stuck on that word. I don't know what that word means. Entomology. But I'm the only one out of the girls who still follows you or knit whatever. I don't know if they are, but I'm kind of stuck on that Sabra. The directed energy attacks were damn near unbelievable today. Oh, I I wish there was an easy way to put together one of those boxes, those Faraday cages. That's what somebody see. That's what, like, if a TI. See, that's what we need. Like, we need TI. Like, we need fucking people who are knowledgeable of certain things. Like, even if you gotta sell them, like, you know, you could build that shit, build the Faraday cages, and fucking sell them. Like, I'm pretty sure TIs would rather buy a Faraday cage off another TI rather than, you know, a company or whatever, um, not organization, but what's that shit called? Corporation. Like, motherfuckers would much rather buy something like that off of a TI. You know, as long as it's built neatly and shit, and it's not some fucking rig up of a fucking box, fucking points and shit sticking all out that'll hurt you and shit. But you know, if it's neatly put together, I'm pretty sure, you know, TIs would support you. I mean, they're helping themselves and helping you at the same time. There's no reason why they wouldn't. That's the type of shit we need. We need. I think the main thing TIs need is some type of fucking. We need mechanics. We need mechanics. We need people who know how to build shit like Faraday cages and shit. You know, we just need people. We need our own fucking community of fucking people. And we could build that. It's just, it would take time and it would, you know, it would take time and it would be a whole lot of trials and tribulations going through that shit. But, you know, in the end, I think it's the smarter, the wiser decision. Prayer all day long, no doubt. You need the actual ginger root. Oh, okay. Directed energy torture to the extreme. And and we can't, yeah, I know, right? We can't breathe. I'm the only person who has faith in you is scared. Who has faith? I'm the only Oh, what? What? You mean like they think I'm a perp or something? Is that what you mean, Sabra? Like you're the only one from wherever, what the area you are, that state. Well, I definitely, if that's what you mean, like I definitely appreciate you, um, you know, not thinking I'm a perp, because I'm definitely not a perp. Um, you guys have seen that I fucking been stabbed by these motherfuckers, literally. Like, I don't know what perp would go around and put his fucking life that much in the line. Like, fucking get stabbed you know. And there's no way in the world that you can fucking stab me and think that I'm gonna be on your fucking team. Like, there's no way. If there ever was a chance, which there would never have been a chance, that I would fucking perp somebody from being a target. If there ever was a chance, which there never would be a chance, that chance has totally been fucking. They severed that fucking chance when they stabbed me. They severed that shit. There's no fucking way. That's like being a gang member. That's like being a gang member and going to prison, and just because the other, the rival gang is deeper, a lot more of them than there are you. Say there's about 20 of them and only 3 of you. That's like you fucking saying, fuck it. I don't care that these people have fucking killed all my friends, all my fucking, they killed a lot of people from my side of the fence. So I don't care about that. I'm gonna be one of them. That's just. I don't know how many people understand gang culture or anything like that, but that's just like that. Like, you grow up being a rival with a certain group of people who have fucking killed people you know and loved and all of that shit. And you just say, fuck it, I'm gonna be on the other side. No, I don't care. Yeah, I would never be one of those. I would never be a perp. That's for sure. And, like, for the people who think I am, like, I know it's hard being a TI, and I know it's hard to trust people. I know they put different scenarios and shit in your way to kind of block your the way you perceive things and shit. But at the same time, like if a person feels that I am a perp, like I can't care about that no more. Like I don't want anybody to think I am because I'm not. But I can't waste my time worrying about if people think I'm perp or not, because that in itself is just like, trying to tell your fucking family shit. You're trying to tell your family that you're being fucking, you know, perked on and shit, and they gaslight you, and that's just like that to me. Like, so like I, I, I don't go too much out my way to try and explain to people that I'm not a perp. Like I'm not gonna beg and plead for anybody to believe that I'm not a perp. Did they drive by riding bikes, Snappy? Yeah, yeah. Um, that's their thing over here because it's like so. I'm so out right now. It's this is like it's not really that far out, but it's out enough to where like they gotta walk to what I would call the middle of nowhere. Walk through the middle of nowhere. It's a lot of fields and shit out here. Foxes and shit. There are homeless people stationed out here and shit. But for the most part, they still have to walk pretty far to fuck with me and shit. So they got bikes and they ride by on their bikes, or they'll fucking stop and try and ask a question, or fucking, ask me for a lighter. And then I give them a light and then they fucking cough. Like, I don't do that shit. But, like, they'll ask for a lighter or something, and then, they'll cough after you give them a light and shit. Like the first person did that shit, I was just like, fuck it. I'm not fucking with nobody. Like they come by and stop by the vet, I'd be like, oh yeah, I don't know anything, man. I don't know nobody. I don't know anything. I don't answer questions. And they just walk off doing that perp shit. Excuse me, that was legitimate. Okay, now some crazy shit happened to me. Okay, my Bluetooth, I can hear a heartbeat. It sounded like I touched my phone. Oh, my my Bluetooth, I can hear a heartbeat. It sounds like I touched my phone. I can feel the heart beating in my phone. It was my heart. Stay calm. Wow. Yeah, that is crazy. I'm sorry to hear about that. Well, that's crazy, man. It's probably them. It's probably, yeah. It probably wasn't your. You know, they do all types of shit to your phone. Yo, Nappy, stay warm, brother. It's really cold right now. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm pretty warm. Pretty warm. I'm dressed for the Bay Area, so yeah, I'll be all right out here. This it gets pretty hot out here in the day. Even when it rains, it's still kind of warm and shit. Sometimes, not all the time. Girl, it's not be part of this program they do to my mom. To yeah, no doubt to all our family members and shit. That's why it pisses me off. I mean, I understand, but it pisses me off that we don't do more because like we got a lot of us got kids and shit. We don't want our kids to fucking go through this. Like you would think that was incentive enough to just say fuck it and go on a fucking a resistance like a fucking uprising type thing. But it's understandable. People don't want it. I think a lot of people think it'll get worse if we do something like stand up for ourselves and shit. It's a lot of people scared that it'll get worse, which is understandable. Especially people who fucking live like a sheltered life. And when I say sheltered, I don't mean like fucking, you've had everything brought to you and shit. But when I say sheltered, I mean like you never been through any type of fucking police harassment. Like all this shit is fucking new to you. Like a lot of people thought police were like the fucking, the saviors of the world. Like a lot of people had a lot of respect for police, even to the point to like, back in the day, we used to tell people like police aren't fucking like these people are fucking locking people up for nothing, and people would be like, oh, you try to blame it on somebody. You can't blame people for your own action. And sometimes it might be true. Some people do fucking get themselves in trouble. Some people just are natural fuck ups and they don't learn. I won't say natural fuck ups, but some people just don't fucking learn that, you know, crime it doesn't pay. Some people don't learn that, but the people that really fucking try and shit, and I've seen more than I haven't seen people try. Like people don't want to be stuck on parole for the rest of their life. They don't want to be fucking on probation. I've seen a lot of people try and fucking get violated for bullshit. Like seen a lot of people try, and people they'll try and tell their family, they'll try and tell people, and people will be like, "Oh, you're just blaming fucking the police." Like, nah, I really fucking tried this time. That I got locked up for nothing. I got locked up for nothing. So, a lot of people fucking have a certain respect for police and disbelief that the police would do anything wrong. You get shot. Like, they don't even know the circumstances. If somebody's been shot by the police, then they fucking deserved it. They fucking deserved it. The police just don't go out of their way to fucking shoot people. They don't do that. And then this fucking shit happens. Like, the people who fucking had faith in police and ambulances and shit like that, like, everything fucking crumbles. Your world fucking crumbles. Once the police start doing this shit to you, let alone your family. When your family does it to you, you start feeling alone. But then when the police do it to you, like Those are the fucking sinkers right there. The police, the ambulance, and the fire department after your family. Like those are the things that I think that those are the things that throw a motherfucker into the mindset of fucking committing suicide. Because once you feel like there's nobody there for you and the world is against you, that's the most dangerous period, I think, of this gang stalking. I think that's where you either kill yourself or you kill a bunch of people up. Like, that's when you just don't give a fuck no more. Like, fuck it. They want to fuck with me. They don't want to, fuck it. I have nothing to live for. And then you fucking, what comes after that. Critical times, critical times. Hands down, that was the craziest shit that ever happened to me in my life. I tried not to pretend. I tried not to pretend. I pretended it wasn't nothing to me, so they couldn't get no reaction. Whoever was doing that, yeah, that's the best. That's the best thing to do. That's the best thing to do, Wendy, is just act like you're not. Even if you are paying attention, you act like you're not paying attention. Cause whenever you pay attention to that shit, they're fucking snatching your energy away from you. Like they fucking, if they see that you're not paying attention to it, like they'll waste all their energy. They'll fucking go out of their way to fucking make sure that you see them. Like I do it all the time. Like I'll see them and I'll just act like I'm not. I look straight, like I'm not even paying attention to them, and just look at them through my peripheral, and they go crazy trying to get my attention, waving their fucking hands, making those sudden movements that are designed to fucking catch the peripheral. Making those fucking, when you see something move fast on the side of you or a quick action, it's human to fucking, respond by looking. Or so, they go pretty crazy when you're not paying attention to them. You can fucking yank their chain. Stay in prayer, my dear friends. No doubt, Christian. Definitely appreciate that. I think they can do everything they want right to our phones. They don't want us talking about phones. I think they're our biggest problem, and that's crazy because I'm always on it. Yeah, definitely. The phone is their best fucking tool against us. Everybody has one. Everybody fucking has a phone. Try not to speak. Try not to, when you talk on it, try to keep it on speakerphone as much as you can. And don't put that shit to your fucking, don't put that receiver to your fucking ear. Because every time you put that shit to your ear, you're fucking cooking your brain. The signals and shit like, they've done little experiments and shit. Like they putting a bowl of popcorn. They putting a bowl of popcorn between two phones. And they fucking call the phones up. And, one phone calls the other phone up. And the popcorn is sitting between them, and the little fucking popcorn starts popping and shit. So that's how strong them fucking signals is. If they can pop popcorn, just imagine to what they're doing to every little cell of your fucking brain. Like cells, you smoke a cigarette, you smoke weed, you smoke, you smoke weed or whatever, and that shit takes away brain cells. So just imagine how many brain cells that you're fucking frying when you put the phone up to your ear. It's a lot of fucking brain cells. I know it's past equivalent to smoking marijuana. We see how they thought all this up to do while I plug my heartbeat. Yep, it is. It is crazy, Wendy. But it's also to mind fuck you. It's like it's to brain fuck you. Like they want a constant fucking paranoia in you. They want a constant, just don't pay attention to that shit. To to your the phone and shit. Them playing heartbeats and shit. Like I've heard them talk through my phone. Like I've been on the phone with other people and shit, and they talk. Like I've heard them fucking talk. Like they'll fucking do some weird shit. Like yeah, like I'll be on the phone with somebody talking to somebody, and they'll be like yeah, shit like that. And you just don't pay attention. That's what they want you. They want you to be like, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? They want you to be tripping out. They want you to be in a constant uncomfort. Excuse me, that's legitimate. And the more you pay attention to that shit, that's the more the constant uncomfort is gonna take part and play a part in your fucking life. The constant uncomfort, the constant fucking paying attention to everybody's movement, um, paying attention to every single car, every single person looking at their phone. Like they want you in that non-stop fucking cycle of thinking. They want you to blow out a gasket. Like they want you to fucking end up walking up and down the street talking to yourself and shit. Don't let them stress you out too much. I get yeah. That's that weapon shit. I don't think there's no getting away from the weapons unless you do like take steps to protect yourself with the Faraday cages and all that. It's inevitable that they're gonna touch every single one of us with the weapons, especially since it's the most cowardice act that they have. Like you can sit way behind somebody's desk and push buttons and shit and don't have to worry about anybody knowing who you are or taking action on you and shit. Like it's the most cowardice, and we're dealing with cowards, so you know it's just inevitable that we'll get touched by the weapons and shit. And then they have all their fucking pretenders. Some of them be really having weapons and shit in their phone, but they have a lot of pretenders and shit that come and point their phones like their phone is some fucking magic device. They're walking around with fucking Obama phones pointing that shit at you like, come on, man, get that fucking cheap ass fucking, you can't use the internet with ass fucking phone. go, go try and trick somebody else with that fucking bullshit. But that's what they do. They hit you so hard with the fucking real. They hit you so hard with the real shit. Then they throw their little troopers. They throw their little troopers outside with the fake shit. Nappy, you are making me laugh. That's a good thing. I believe you after what they just did to me, and then in Texas it sounded like there was literally a war, but not on the earth. Bombs up going. Dive on. It is not thunder. Yet they definitely have a lot of tricks. Like they go out their way and they fucking spare no cost. So They fucking fly jets and shit. Like, do you know how much it costs money to fucking fire up a helicopter or fire up one of these airplanes? It takes money just to fire that motherfucker up, let alone fucking fly all through the sky and fucking do circles and shit over people and fucking back and forth bullshit. Like, that's a lot of. They spare no expenses on this. That's for fucking sure. They spare no expense. And a lot of people be like, why would they spend that much money on you? Why would they? But you gotta understand, it's not just one person that they're spending all this. It's a budget. Like, you know, plenty of people are gonna fucking be rounded up into this fucking budget. It's almost like you gotta have a certain amount of signatures to fucking, get paid. Like, you gotta fucking have a caseload. There's a caseload around this motherfucker. Like, we're in caseloads. Like, we are grouped up. We're fucking, they know who we are, but we don't know we know through the internet, but we don't know who each other. We don't know each other out here. Like, it's probably 10 or 15 different motherfuckers being targeted in this very fucking area that I'm in. But, like, I'll never know that for sure. Like, I'll never know a lot of targets that are around me. I'll never know who those people are. Some of those people don't even know they're being targeted. It's a very intricate game that they got us in. I was in a Uber ride back home once, and they hit me with a directed energy weapon. Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't trust no Uber drivers. And not, I'm the furthest person from racist, but I know like a lot of countries are into that fucking, they're into fucking that terrorism type shit. And it's not like it's unusual out there. It's like it's just like fucking white collar crime, computer computer scams and all that shit is something you usually see out here. It's like our byproduct of criminalism. Our byproduct of criminalism is small shit like selling drugs, fucking, robberies and shit. And that robbery's not small, but that's just like our byproduct. Other people's countries and shit, their byproduct of being criminals, their criminal byproduct is fucking, kidnapping women from different countries and fucking putting in prostituting them out, like sex trafficking them and fucking, kidnapping kids, or some people's are fucking stealing cars, like mafia is stealing cars and fucking, rebuilding cars and chop shops, and like there's different byproducts of crime in different countries. So a lot of people from different countries come out here and they bring their fucking criminal knowledge out here. This fucking, believe it or not, this fucking, this program right here isn't an American made program. This fucking program comes from a different country. I can't put my finger on what country, like a lot of people say it comes from, like, the Nazis and Hitler and shit like that, which it probably does, but they've practiced this shit long before they brought it to America. Like, they've been doing this shit in China for a long time. They've been doing this shit in like just different countries for a long time. Even India. Um, I saw some thing on YouTube. They were calling it what did they call that shit, man? A social experiment. That's that's what they called it. a social experiment, and it was these dudes from India. It was about like 20 fucking dudes, and like they all, at like different times though. Like one dude would sit by this. They picked one girl, and they had somebody hiding with the camera. They picked one fucking girl, and they just fucking sat around her and fucking started staring at her and shit. And like you could see her feeling uncomfortable. She would scoot over on the bench, and then somebody else would come and fucking just look at her and shit. You feel me? She'd get up from the bench and shit, and she'll go like into a building, and then like next thing you know, it's like three dudes that fucking go around her and start just fucking staring at her and shit. And they got her to the point to where she was fucking and it's not funny because you could see the fucking terror. Like you could see like she was tripping out, like what the fuck is going on? Like, but just that fucking shit right there, you could see what it was doing to her. Like literally fucking see what it was doing to her. Now just imagine if you didn't know you were targeted and you had this shit going on. And they do it a little bit more, they do it a little more blatant and shit. I guess because it was the social experiment, they were doing it so strongly and less covert than average. Like they were letting her know like we're fucking looking at you. And they were up on her, like they were all up on her. Like not, I mean, they gave her a space, maybe like 5 feet and shit. Like they wasn't up on her like that, but they were close. And then at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the fucking clip, she started crying, like she was crying and shit. And that's when the camera dude came out and fucking, started patting her on the back. Like, oh, I'm sorry, it was just a social experiment, and it didn't mean to do that. Like, fucking crazy, man. You probably fucked that girl up for life, and then all she gets is I'm fucking sorry. Social experiment. Biggie, okay, sick of these dirty perps neighbors far as they do to upset me. Yeah, try not to let it get to you, Tanya. I know it's hard, but you just gotta understand, like, that's the reason why they're doing all this is to fucking, I know they say pride isn't good or fucking, but sometimes you gotta fucking, you gotta survive with your pride. Like, you can't let you gotta, as much as they want to break you down, you gotta not want to be broke down. Like, you gotta fucking, resist that shit. I hate to see people going through this shit. Not only myself, but other people. I think it's harder. I think it's harder to watch other people go through it, like that can't like fend for themselves, so to speak. Not saying nobody on here can fend for themselves, but I think it's harder to see children, women, some dudes. You know, I think it's harder to see other people go through it than it is your actual self. For some people, I don't know. I know and that's just the way I don't know why I'm like that. I think even from watching TV shows and shit, like I'll be watching some YouTube shit and then like, somebody will go do something. I'll be like, oh, why? Like I'll start feeling embarrassed for the person and shit. Like, I'll be feeling embarrassed for him and shit. Sometimes I just turn the shit off, man, because I don't know. Like I'll feel him. Like I can feel like I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know what else they was planning to do, but when I felt my head, my Bluetooth, and I was like, "What's the heartbeat?" And then picked my phone up and felt it to my phone. I turned everything off. Yeah, don't. It's all psychological, Wendy. You know they want you to think you're going crazy and shit, but you know it's them. You know it's them. So don't even don't trip off of that. Try to keep your phone. Try not to keep your phone on you too. Not to say turn it off. Not saying turn it off, but try not to fucking keep your phone too much on you. They can your device. A phone is just like a bomb. Like they can push a button and that motherfucker blow up on you. Um, they can emit radiation out of it. You get some type of radiation. They can make the radiation stronger. It's like you're walking around with a fucking radiation patch. Like people walk around with cigarette patches and shit to fucking stop smoking cigarette. You're basically walking around with a big ass fucking radiation patch. And depending where you put it, your back pocket, your front pocket, whatever the fucking screen covers, you feel me? Whatever that screen covers is you're getting a fucking good dose of radiation put in you. So whether it's in your ass cheek, whether it's in your fucking thigh, whether it's fucking, in your shirt pocket, you're fucking sending radiation through your body on a constant type of thing, on a constant level. This guy is acting like he is nuts. He is putting on a show. See, that's the thing. You got to record that shit, Rose. Like, record that shit. And I think recording them, I know recording them has made me stronger in some ways. Like, it's helped me realize who I was dealing with. Because in the beginning, I thought these people were fucking immortal, if you will. Like, I just thought they were untouchable people. Like, that they had no, like, a lot of them have no conscience, and you can see it. Like, they'll fucking do some fucking hideous shit and just fucking smile at you and act like it never happened. Like, these people are sick. Fucking sick fucking people. So, you gotta record that shit and fucking, you analyze that shit. Once you record it and you go back over it and you analyze it, you start realizing, like, damn, man, these people are really fucking nuts, man. these are fucking adults that we're dealing with. These people have kids. These people fucking, they have fucking kids that they fucking raise. Like, fuck, man. Oh, man. It's not a good, it's definitely not a good role model type of fucking behavior. Yeah, that's all they want is for you to look at them, pay attention to them. Definitely, that's all they want. They want your attention. What's wrong? He's talking to himself. And do shit to get him to let them know that they're not bothering you and shit. Like, I bought a pack of cough drops just for when people cough around me. Fucking throw cough drops at it in LA, man. Don't be passing that shit around with nobody's fucking corona season. Like, nobody wants that shit. RTTI, he put me up on that shit. Now I can't fuck you, when people be coughing on coughing around you. You know, everybody's not involved. So when you fucking start fucking like, hey man, don't be fucking, you make a scene, you cause a scene like they be doing. You cause a scene for them, and then they RTTI put me up on that, and then you know like they get embarrassed too. Like you tell them real loud, like, man, don't be coughing around me. You walk away from it. Don't be coughing around me, motherfucker. Like it's Corona. No, I don't want that shit. They be like, man, I don't got that. What are you talking? Like you coughing, man. I don't know if you got that shit, man. Quit coughing around me, dude. If you're gonna cough, just fucking cough, and then I'm gonna leave the building right now. But when you're done coughing, just come let me know. And everybody be looking at the motherfucker all crazy and shit. Fucking throw cough drops at their ass, man. Fuck them. They want to treat you like you're fucking nobody. You treat them motherfuckers just the same. They're fucking nobodies and shit. This is a program. This is a program where you have to fight fire with fire. You have to fucking fight fire with fire. Not the same kind of fire, but you do have to fight it with fire. Should I say, you have to fight this shit with a more knowledgeable fire. Like you can't, do too much, but just do enough to let them know, like, you're not gonna be their fucking rag doll. You're not gonna be their fucking punk. All the electronics, yeah, and a lot of our electronics, Christian, a lot of our electronics are what's working against us. Like our electronics, like we're when it comes to electronics, a lot of us are our own, worst enemy. Like we have to have the smart this, we have to have the smart that, we have to. No matter, we know they fucking can look in our house. We know they can fucking do all this shit. But if we can't actually see them looking at us, like a lot of, and I'm speaking for the intelligent human race. Um, if we can't see them fucking looking at us and shit, like, we don't even, out of sight, out of mind. We don't care. But we know, just like we know our phones are like our fucking tracking devices. They send radiation. Like the phone is one of the most unsafest things. The speed, the gigabytes, all that fucking bullshit. Our eyes looking at the screen and shit. It takes away over a period of time. Like, it ruins our eyes and shit. But we still get them. We're addicted to them. And I can say for myself that I'm addicted to my fucking phone. Like, when you don't, when, and that make it so the phone can do any fucking thing. Like that, you can do anything on a fucking phone except probably use it as a tool to work on your car or use it as some type of fucking tool. But you can do anything on a fucking phone. So, when you don't have that motherfucker, say if you go 6 years straight, 7, 8, 9 years straight with the fucking phone, and then just all of a sudden, you get that shit stripped away from you for like 2 weeks. Like you say you lose your phone and you gotta, go online and go through insurance and get another one for however long it takes to get that. I don't care. It could be from 2 days to 2 fucking weeks. You're gonna go through some. You're gonna go through some type of withdrawal and shit. Like shit that you normally don't even wouldn't do. You'd be thinking about doing it. Like, damn, man, I feel like watching a fucking movie and shit. And you might not, if you had the phone at that point in time, you probably wouldn't even feel like watching a movie. But you got so many thoughts and shit. You got so many thoughts and shit about what you're missing from your fucking phone that you're just going through all types of fucking mental withdrawals and shit. Excuse me, that was legitimate. Yeah, and I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that. Like I remember, I went through some fucking mental withdrawals without my fucking phone. It's crazy, man. The thing is, we're addicted to the things that most hurt us. Saying that to say, our phone is nothing short of smoking a cigarette. Like if somebody tells you you shouldn't be smoking cigarettes when you're pregnant, you shouldn't be using a fucking phone when you're pregnant either. You shouldn't be smoking cigarettes for your health. Well, you shouldn't be fucking using a phone for your health either. You shouldn't fucking have a smart TV in your house. You shouldn't have none of these fucking prestigious ass fucking gadgets in your house if you don't want to ruin your health, you know. I know cigarettes are doing damage, but trust me, the technology is doing a lot worse. No excuse, because if you smoke cigarettes and you use the technology, then, you know, that's a double whammy. A double motherfucking whammy. Could have an earpiece in. You could have a ear. Yeah, they do that too. The earpieces and shit. They like to use the earpieces so, like, if I yell something at them and shit, if I call them coward or anything like that, they could record it. They record it or have somebody else on the other line. Sometimes they even be cameras, and their headphones be like covert cameras and shit. These people don't take it easy. Yeah, they don't. Nope. Nope. You know, they're locked on to us. This is their fucking new way of life. A lot of people enjoy this. Like, there are some people you don't have to pay them. Like, you won't have to pay them to fucking be in this program. They enjoy it so much. Like, there's fucking people that don't get paid. Like, and you know they're not getting paid, but they're just fucking, you know, they're doing it because their friends are doing it, or they're doing it, you know, because somebody puts something in their ear. Because they're not gonna pay everybody. They're gonna fucking, you know, they're gonna get as much out of this fucking program as they can. Everybody doesn't get paid, but a lot of people do participate, and that could just be from like me walking up to say I'm a perp, and I walk up to somebody and fucking it's my friend and shit, and I tell him, hey, watch, do this, and that dude will start fucking tripping and shit. Watch, just go by him and start whistling and shit, and watch what he does. And you know, it's just that fucking easy to get somebody to do something. People who look up to other people, a lot of psychological shit going on there, to where like, you know, you got somebody that looks up to you. That person is willing to do damn near anything to be in your favor and shit. You know, I mean, you see that shit all the fucking time. You see that shit all the time. I mean, it wasn't even about to tell anybody listening to my playlist. Oh, and I was listening to my playlist, music playlist, and it said Life, and it Nappy's channel. I was like, that's going. And then you were alive. Huh? I mean, it wasn't even about to tell anybody, and I was listening to my playlist, music playlist, and it said life, and it's Nappy's channel. I was like, what's going? And then you were live. I'm not, then I went live. You're lucky, Nappy. They haven't done that to you. Haven't done what? Let me see. They're fucking with the comment. It's kind of freaky. I can't. It's kind of freaky in a sense. I I had to act like nothing was wrong.